Hark. It's your nemesis. The Angry Burb. Angry Burb versus Pokemon Round 2. My money's on Pikachu. He's got electroshock. What does Burb have? Chirp. Power to chirp. Power to, zap. Right. Welcome back. Once again, TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday. Or thank God it's Friday. However you lean, you're welcome here at our table. Our coffee table. Our comics coffee table. 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. Join us. Be part of the live chat. If we're able to make it, you're going to be part of one of the best comic book shop style conversations you're going to have all day. We love talking about comic books. We love talking about comic books with you. Join us. Leave a comment in the comment section. Continue this comic book shop style conversation. It's on the go in our very homes when we can make time to have a break. Take a break. Grab a cuppa, whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today, pal. Leave the real world's problems over there for a couple of minutes and just take a break. Pull up a chair, sit beside us. Talk about comic books for a couple of minutes in a day. That's what we do. This is how we choose to take our coffee break. We're going to take our minds off of our minds, and we're going to talk about something that we really enjoy, our hobby. Seriously, something that brings joy to our hearts. This is this show about celebrating the love of comic books. Slancha, cheers, skol, salud, paz y amor y dinero. It's a hot cuppa. Part of the show is, especially for the new viewers, we're getting new viewers every day. That's a wonderful thing. Thank you for joining us. Click on those notifications. Hit the like button if you could be so kind. Subscribe. We're about to earn our first 1,000 subscribers, and after that, he says got to catch them all. So we won't rest until we have all the YouTube subscribers out there, all of them. Gotta go. There's more than 151 apparently. I told you that. How are you doing today? Happy Friday. You made it. We made it to the weekend. It's getting closer to summer. And I'm looking forward to this summer. That's going to be the summer of Sully. That's right. Half a century on this planet. What am I going to do with this accrued information and this experience? How am I going to improve my body, mind, and soul? We will document it. We'll talk about it all summer long. And we'll talk about comic books as well. All summer long. Summer events come up too. I mean, comic books throw events at us in summertime. So will I be tuned into them? Probably not. I don't know. I'm picky about what I buy. I don't have the space for it. I mean, it's turning into like the end of the last scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark around here. It's just crates and boxes and boxes. Thank you so very much for tuning in. But yes, to you, the new viewer, if you're out here, I'm using my agenda and my advocacy and my platforming for a simple message. I want to be an evangelist, the Reverend Sully. I want to get you to go to holy ground. Go to the chapel, go to the temple, go to our synagogue, go to our place of worship. And that's not to offend. It's go to your comic book shop, your local comic book shop, your LCS, and buy your supplies there for Pete's sake. I'm getting my boxes, my bags, and my boards. That's a Death May. These are boards, acid-free boards. And I'm getting all my supplies at my local comic book shop. I'm not using my online supply chain. Where I could be getting a price break, free delivery, getting the Mylars that I'm looking for, but also I'm only going to use Mylars on like the really, really top shelf stuff. Like, the usual bags will do. Republic credits will do. No, they won't. Awesome. I'm taking a break. I'm having a cuppa. It's been a long week, hasn't it? Oh, boy. hopefully you've kept your cool. You've run your job and not let your job run you. I mean, yeah, I'm all about this choice. I hate to say it, it's a binary choice, but or maybe it's just a modal choice. It's a mode, and it's just two ways of running things. You can have your circumstance run you, which can happen, but also you can run the circumstance. Maybe once you're aware that the circumstance is running you, you can begin to, control your part in it, seriously, and yeah, let's get to some funny books. Yeah, so I'm reboarding, rebagging, and reboxing my entire collection. Along the way, I'm getting a better mind around a part of my hobby that I pretty much ignored. Yeah, all this time. Pricing and grading. I mean, there's a 10-point grading scale out there. It's like I'm not like a big collector, and I'm like, I don't have many valuable comic books. For me, this is kind of like baseball numbers, like the numbers, the stats in the back of a baseball card. It's kind of fun. And they're kind of fun to read, and kind of fun to, like, oh wow, look at this like correlation of information, so like in these different standards, and then look the condition of your comic book, and then look, like, what could that be worth, and you can hear its peak is Nemesis, the angry burb. He does that all day long. I know burbs have a natural life, and sooner or later the burb will fly away, but is it me? Does that sound like an angry bird to you? And I swear to it's looking right at me. Not right now. I mean, if I stood up, I could see him in his corner and he'll look. Yeah. I swear he pooped on the window too. Dirty bird. Dirty bird. The dirty bird was actually the house specialty at a restaurant that I worked at. I'm a professional chef, and the dirty bird was this. And this goes along with this T-shirt too, because I worked the brunch shift there, and it was a very popular restaurant in my neighborhood. I worked there for 7 years. I had a key. I worked there when on my time off from my union job. I would go and work in the restaurant because I'm a professional chef. It's my life. It's my trade, and I did it out of kind of like a love too. I love the whole thing of it, like just contributing to my community. It was a Sunday brunch. I used to feel like I was this reverend of brunch, like this ordained minister of chefs, and this is my congregation, and this is my church, and this is my pulpit, and I'm slinging the hash and bringing you the good word on a Sunday morning. After you get back from church, you come to my church. We're going to feed your soul, and we're going to feed your body. And the dirty bird was this really great southern concoction. It was a freshly made buttermilk biscuit, buttery as all heck, a nice big one too. We're not, So, and then we would put a piece of fried chicken, freshly fried chicken on there, boneless fried chicken, and then 2 strips of bacon, and then an egg. Usually about. The default was over easy, and then smother it in sausage gravy, and then you top it with the rest of then it's a fork and knife experience, and that was the dirty bird. Now I'm hungry, but I would wear this T-shirt. My friend Dell of Dell's Coffee, who I drink every day. This is which one is this? This is I think this is the Disco Morning Blend. And there's a button in the dasher of my homepage. Check him out. He'll mail it to you. It's good stuff. Support local businesses, yo. And but his kids got this for me years ago because they would come by the restaurant. We had the best pancakes in the world as well, and the kids loved the pancakes. This is a decade ago, man. And then when they were kids, now they're teenagers. Huzzah! And but they got this shirt for me, the Pancake Man. Look at this. It's a Superman pastiche, huh? It's like, he's got the Superman font, and I'm super delicious. And he's got the red trunks, and isn't that wonderful? And so yeah, here's the Pancake Man. Pancake Man, he's a pancake man. Pancake Man, he's a pancake man. The Pancake Man has a pancake plan. What's his pancake plan? To meet a pancake gal, to be his pancake pal. The Pancake Man has a pancake plan. He's a pancake man, not a flim-flam man, but a righteous man. He's a pancake man. That's my Pancake Man song. I would wear this shirt, and we would set up brunch, and this would be like my work shirt. I replaced this 3 times over. The original one is, it's gone. It's stains, holes, burn marks. Work shirt. I'm a chef, and bust out this fucking brunch, man, and this busy ass brunch, and that's the Dirty Bird. That was the house specialty. We've been talking about food, huh? We should talk about comic books. It's the Mostly Marvel box still. Why are we reboxing? Because these boxes have done their look at that, stains, busted corner. You know what I mean? This box has done its job. Isn't it time to retire this box, but not in a Blade Runner way? No, we'll put you to recycling. We'll be pulped and hopefully made into new comic books. Wouldn't that be nice? Aw, I'm a romantic. What was I going to show today? I don't know. We were going through the box. Going through this. Oh, boy, yes. Brian Michael Bendis. They're right at the end of this wonderful run. Marvel Knights had changed their trade dress from the banner on top to the corner, and this was the end of like this wonderful Bendis run, Bendis Malieve stuff. I love the New Avengers. Look at this cover. Let's look at this comic book. Is that a Hitch? That's Finch, David Finch. Wow, Bendis and Finch. Let's look at that. Indicia Colophon. New Avengers, number 5, May of 2005. What are the New Avengers? Oh, yeah. Here's the info dump page. I love the info dump page. Yeah, huh? Breakout. New Avengers, yeah. Because the Mighty Avengers, that was Captain America's team. This is like post-Civil War. There's issue 6. Let's see. Amazing Spider-Man. J. Michael Straczynski, Mike Deodato Jr. Good stuff. Mike Deodato was really good on Spider-Man. Spider-Man number 519. June 2005. Remember his Peter's identity is now public because of the Civil War. And now his life is under constant attack. I'll always remember this one line. It's about like, Aunt May is like, she's like, they think she's freaking out. And she's not. There's like a fireproof box underneath the mattress. And so if she knows anything ever happened to the house, her pictures would be safe. She knew this could happen someday. Yeah, and Spider-Man was part of Cap's team. Yeah. That was cool for a while, And Wolverine and Spider-Man actually made a really good team-up team. They're old friends. And they have a really good relationship and a good friendship. A good, like, buddy cop show humor. Buddy cop movie kind of dynamic. here comes big time. Yeah. We already did these ones. There's a bunch of Grant Morrison in here. Yeah, Floppies of the Seven Soldiers. Ooh, what's that? Oh, some kind of tag. Seven Soldiers, issue 0. Yeah. Ryan Sukart. Wonderful Ryan Sukart. Clarion the Witch Boy. And this was done by Fraser Irving. I love Fraser Irving's art. It's just so good. Cam Stewart, huh? Are we allowed to talk about him? Should we talk about him? And I didn't get the last issue. Yeah, because this is like one of the first Grant Morrisons that I kind of gave up on. I was like, this is not doing it for me. Okay. It's time. Start talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Is that what you're excited about, Verb? Alright. You didn't ask for it. I was going to say, you asked for it. Who asked for this? Josh McDonald, are you out there? My bro Josh. He loves Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like I do. Look at this. There's only part of it. There's more. Oh, put you down for a little while. Don't fall over, please. Stay. Some more right here. I think I let someone borrow them. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, Spike. And this is the IDW Angel stuff that was canonical. Because these are, okay, these are canonical to the TV show. So this was Angel After the Fall was basically Angel season 6. And they had these comic book continuations of the TV show. So this, oops, you're not going anywhere. Hey, where do you think you're going? This is Buffy season 8, issue number 1. And I have most of season 9 as well. And then I kind of got off the boat somewhere in the middle of season 9. There is a season 10. There is a season 11. There is a season 12. I didn't get all of them. But I mean, when's enough? But I love Buffy, and these are great comic books. George Janti did a really good job. He was paired with Joss Whedon himself. Joss Whedon proved his acumen in comic book writing with his astonishing X-Men. That was surprisingly really good, especially a canonical X-Men story. I mean, Scott Summers experiencing comic book death for the first time, and done in that blasé Whedon-esque, style of humor, wry humor, which is now it was the standard. Now it's hackneyed cliche using that. But once upon a time, that Whedon speak was PDG, pretty darn good. And but yeah, these are Buffy the Vampire Slayer funny books. All of these funny books. Look, Gen Con. Wow. Sam & Max video game. But yeah, so continues Buffy for years. And now Boom Studios has Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and they've gone back to high school. And okay, let's look at the Indicia colophone. Indeed. Oh wow. How long ago did this come out? This is Hey, we haven't checked the condition of the. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Dings. We got corners. Let's look at this one humble funny book. We've got spine roll. We have guest writer Brian K. Vaughan taking over for Joss Whedon for a couple of issues. And we've got Vamps. We've got Faith. South Boston's very own Faith Lahane. The Slayer. The Evil Slayer. I love Faith so much. Eliza Dushku, wonderful actress from Watertown, Massachusetts, part of Boston. And great character. We were looking at the Indicia colophon. Were we not? Here we go. Boom. Here we go. September 2007. Wow. These are 15 years old, huh? That comic book experience. This experience of going to the local comic book store every month or every week, you know, to get your favorite funny book. To get what's on your pull list, if you have a pull list. Pull lists are fine. I just don't do them. That's not my thing. Oh, wow. Talk about ads. Look at the PSP, Battlefront, Renegade Squadron. Oh, wow. I wonder how good that game was. Wow. That's so cool. Got tons of these. I don't have a current copy of Frey. Frey was a Dark Horse comic book that Joss Whedon did with Carl Moline, and it was about the Slayer of the Far Future. Now, see that guitar-shaped axe? That was introduced in Frey. Frey is about the Slayer who comes back in the far future, and there are vamps because Manhattan, now called Haddon, and it's like built up so much that the lower levels, the street level, is like no sunlight can get down there. So it's a natural place for vamps to congregate and to lead their undead lives. There hasn't been a Slayer in a long time, and then there's an awakening, the calling. Frey, Malika Frey, she wakes up one day, and then boom, she's the Slayer. She's got the power. And then she's given that axe. That's the Slayer weapon. And then that gets imported into Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the show, by season 7, by the big show's finale. That's like one of the super weapons that she's given, like the Slayer sword, or the Slayer scythe. I'm sorry. I know every single night, the same arrangement. I go out and fight the fight. Haha. Thanks for noticing. She's been making shows of trading blows, but lately... I'm sorry. I'm messing it up. Yeah, they go to... Dracula comes back. Remember, Dracula was a character. And he put Xander under his thrall. Remember that? Oh, and look at this. Here. Star Wars Legacy. And Hero Click form. That's Cade Skywalker. Uh-huh. Indeed. Back-to-back months of advertisement there. Wolves at the Gate. I forgot all about these stories, too. It's a great cover. That's evocative of Akira Kurosawa's movie poster for The Seven Samurai. It's so cool. Awesome. But I have yet to get Buffy on... I would love to get a box set of the old show, and I watched all of them on DVD. They all have some of those episodes have really good commentary tracks with the cast and crew. I love commentary tracks, especially on shows that I've watched repeatedly, like Sopranos. Give me the chance to watch Sopranos. I will take commentary tracks with it every time, just because I've seen it so many times, and I get this enlightenment from, like, you learn so many different things with the commentary tracks, and it's a wonderful, enriching experience. To be sure, I I spent last Christmas in my flat with my own company, and I spent the day watching the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings trilogy. And this time, I watched it with the cast and crew commentary, and that was a really enriching experience. The hobbits talking over the credits, you know, it was Merry and Pippin. They just went great, and great anecdotes by Sir Christopher Lee himself, talking about being like sharing scenes with like Brad Dourif at the end. Like, I'll show you how to get stabbed in the back. Stuff like that. That's great stuff if you're a geek. But yeah, I remember watching the finale of Buffy. I loved the last scene of Buffy. See, Buffy the Vampire Slayer helped change modern television. It was now everything has become like a paled version of Buffy in a way, the way in the Whedon speak, using, you know, Joss Whedon's style and the quippiness, and that's just, it became the standard, especially if you look at Bendis through that lens, Brian Michael Bendis. And then 20 years after, now it's, Buffy is like 30 years old, going on 30 years old now. Yeah, any minute now. Any minute now. Serious, but there's so many Buffy magazines. I got so many of these. And yeah, Buffy ends up in the future with Malika Frey, the last Slayer. There's a time travel conceit. Remember Evil Willow? I thought season 6 was the best, to be honest. I really did. The big bad was your best friend, and this was basically based upon, there was going to be a Buffy the Vampire animated series set in high school, and kind of like dovetailing Dawn into those tales. Remember, Buffy just wakes up one morning and there's Dawn. Mom! And they're like, the key was hidden in the past. And talk about holy retcon, Batman, or time paradox. You know what I mean? Yeah, Dawn Summers, ladies and gentlemen. But imagine, like, you have to include Dawn in all of your high school stories somehow. Buffy was an only child before Dawn. I'm an only child. I identify with Buffy a lot. I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Bollocks to those who think that only representation and diversity matter. People have hiring actors for skill and have a robustness of the population. Yes. But never forget that our heroes are come in all shapes and forms and colors, and of all persuasions, of all different times. Buffy Ann Summers is one of my heroes. I identify with Buffy, especially her malaise in season 6, in the musical episode. All the dialogue is in the lyrics of the show, and just, you know, and that's my refrain. Clever, very clever use of language right there. Congrats to Joss Whedon. I mean, I loved it, and I'm sorry if that's going to piss someone. I don't mean to trigger you. There's your trigger warning. I'm an old Whedon fan. Back in the day, we had something called thinkgeek.com, and that's where we got our T-shirts, and it used to say in the Star Wars font, the Star Wars font, Joss Whedon is my master now. And then comes Hollywood Excess after that, and Power, and wow, and yeah, Hollywood Lifestyles, and geez, no excuses for anyone's bad behavior, especially, you know, rich people. You know, I guess, remember Harmony the vampire? She was in season 3 in the finale. She got vamped. She was the mean girl. She was the Regina George of Sunnydale High. Remember? And then she got bit like in the big season 3 End of the World thing that the mayor was doing. And yeah, I like that cover a lot. I like it a lot. Samuel L. Jackson's Afro Samurai. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And thank you so much for hanging out, just looking at some comic books with us. Yes, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now with an international squad of superpowered ladies. And then one of the conceits is that they have to start performing crimes in order to supply their network demands or something like that. Oh, Becky Cloonan, huh? She blocked me on Twitter. Should I burn this? I don't know. That makes me so sad and wistful. It really does. Oh, and bringing Warren back. Oh gosh, and Amy, Warren and Amy are great, like comic relief in the background. They really are. And this leads up to something called Twilight, which is it was a meta commentary that I was like, wait a second. This is about they're making fun of Twilight, the glimmery vampires, right? I have never seen a Twilight movie. I've never read the books. I've read 50 Shades of Grey. It's the same story, I heard. But yeah, we can go on. We probably deserve another day with Buffy. We deserve another day with Buffy. And then we're gonna also talk about Spike and Angel too. Her vampire boyfriends. Talk about getting impaled. Oh no! Bad puns. Hey, thanks for hanging out today. We've been talking about comic books, and we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, ring that bell. Please, we talk about comic books. We premiere US daily, 3 p.m. daily, and the live chat is hopping with a great conversation, and keep it going in the comment section. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.